you can see that that's been welded, so drilled holes all the way through onto the, where it picks up onto the jacking point, and then you can see the same thing. So when it's finished, we'll just weld in those holes. That'll hold the jacking point in place. But as you can see, really nice fit everywhere on that panel. Obviously everything will be done and cooled. So really, from the heel board back, everything's pretty much new apart from that bulkhead. That box section and that bulkhead really, front wise. Even that bit's new on the front. And you can see inside how it looks. Obviously we can't get to some of it because we need this frame out of it. It's looking really good, and you can see no holes, no daylight shining through. So Amir's done one sill, and just a little tip if you're doing this, I've seen people try to weld on this edge. This is absolutely pointless. All you do is distort the edge, and I've seen them doing it from the top. The best way to do it is from underneath, and then when you clean it you can't see it, and you've got to cover over it anyway. But trying to do a corner like this, here or here, it's pointless. All you do is burn it away and you won't get any weld penetration. Yeah, you need to have a flat piece to go against, which this will knock down, will touch this in. But as I say, I've seen so many minis where there's like a loop in here, pointless. And you can see there's a lot of holes in it, but that's just to make sure it's on right. And then when we get finished up, we'll probably give that square a clean. And I'll make a piece to go in there like I did for Alex Toon. So he could jack his cars up easy. So it's an angle plate with a square block that goes in there, shaped half round. And then just put that onto the jacking point if you can't get to the subframes. Looking great. There you go, there's all the back end. You can just, where is it? It's there, isn't it? There. Yeah, you can just, yeah.
Here.
Is it there?
This way.
What's this line here? Just there? Yeah. It's there. Okay, so you can see, oh yeah, you can see the welds there. But you wouldn't know, unless you were an expert. There we go. So he's going to finish it, put this one in. When we've finished, you'll see one thing here, only 2 of these line up, and the rest don't, but the flutes are there to allow any moisture to come out, so they still will. So once this is in, what we do then is we push this down and we put a tack either side, and that just holds it in place like this. But this is really bonded and strong, so you can see it'll look great when it's finished. There we are. We'll see how it looks later. The back end's done, and I'm going to give it a quick coat of primer because they're going away for a couple of weeks, 2 and a bit weeks. So there's still quite a few things to do, obviously, but it's basically there. So now we can work on the front panels as well. I've got to do inside. We'll just turn it on its side. I'll just show you. Amir's got a little technique with this bar, so you can see. Turn up a little bit. There. So now you can see. We haven't done the inside yet, but that doesn't need to be done. It's all got E-coat on it anyway, so there's no issues with it. But there you can see the quarter panel, and how nice it looks around the back. Still lots of work to do, but you know, this is the main panels are in. That's the main thing. As you can see, the boot floor looks really nice. And once we've got this out, we can do some work on it as well. But I think it looks coming on really well. There's touching up work to do. And you can see the sills are all on now. So yeah. So we come back, we'll get the scuttle in place. And what we'll do is we'll pin it in place first. Just tack it, and then we'll put the windscreen in, make sure it absolutely fits. And it's a little technique I showed some years back where you can just use old rubber. You can, if you've got a complete one, use a complete one because it's very easy to get it in. Getting the glass into the rubber is the easiest bit. Getting the security strip in, which makes it weather tight, that's a different story. But you know, you need to make sure that none of these edges are bad, and then whatever when you finish the car. The last thing you want to be doing is grinding anything or or cutting anything when you've actually got the body painted or the shell painted. So we'll make sure that that window goes in properly. And this one, we'll check these as well, because this one is the original one, so it shouldn't be a problem, but we never know. I mean, this has got a brand new quarter panel on it, so we'll just make sure that this is the same as well. We could measure it, but it's easy to do with the glass. And you can see we've still got a finish here. You see how there's a little ripple there? That'll be lead loaded. That one there will be lead loaded. And obviously these will be lead loaded when the scuttle goes on. And then it'll be A panels, front landing panel. Well, one of the first jobs we'll do is get the front subframe, the original front subframe, sandblasted, and actually put it in place. This is the old style one, which has got 2 bolts in it either side, and it's just got the hole down the centre, so you can change the cones, so you can compress the cones to get them out and put new ones in on the suspension. But we'll put that in because on the toe board side there's some discrepancy with the holes for the sandwich blocks at the back of the subframe, so we'll get all that set up. And yeah, it's come on a bundle. The top is the same as it was before, obviously it's just a coat of paint on it. There are a few problems we need to sort out, a little bit there. There's a few little issues here, problems we need to fix, but that's the nice thing about the white. You can see here there's some corrosion on that lip. And that's the nice thing about the white. The white paint really stands out. It really shows you where every little imperfection is. I don't understand why they use the black one, because that's much harder to see, but maybe, I don't know, maybe there must be a reasoning behind it. But there we are. So it's all protected for a couple of weeks, and yeah, it's come on a bundle though, considering how many panels have gone into that. I mean, obviously everything will be done, because obviously that's a new quarter panel, but all of it will be painted. And what we'll do is we'll do body shuts, or under seal as you know it, completely underneath and inside and in the boot and on the toe board, not on the bulkhead but on the toe board. And then we'll paint it, if we paint it, then we'll paint it in that colour, so there's body colour all over. I think there's nothing worse on a car that's been restored where black shuts or black under seal has been put on it. It just looks like a bodge, you know, and especially when it comes up to these sill lines, it just looks terrible. It looks like you're trying to hide something. I hate under seal, especially stuff that's brushed on it. Guarantee it's hiding something if it's that thick. So that's what we'll do, and then we'll do it in body colour if we get to that point and nobody's interested in taking it as a project. Again, all this kind of stuff we can sort out. There we are. Looks the business. And well, I mean, the back end looks really nice, considering that's just a primer coat, you know. When you see the bottom of that now, the way it was, I mean, this was just absolutely rotten. There's a few little bits and pieces. Oh, there's some original spot welds there, look. There's a couple of original spot welds. There's an original spot weld there. That's actually for the boot strap, isn't it? Yeah. Look, you can see the spot weld. Some people would say, oh, leave them in. Well, we probably will, but the point is yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Looks really good. Nice underneath. That panel looks great. Get the doors done and see how they fit as well, because we've got a special tool for crimping the doors, and sometimes you have to adjust them a little bit, because the gaps on the minis, the panel gaps, weren't good on minis. Particularly around here, this is one of their worst areas, just here. The front normally isn't too bad, but here there's normally a massive great hole, so we adjust that to make it fit right, and we'll do that as well. We'll lead load this one. One on the other side's almost perfect. This one's just a bit too big, so what we'll do is we'll lead load that, cut it back, lead load it, and then make a line in it so it looks the same as the other side. And it's just that little attention to detail which will make the difference. Anyway, so there we are.